All right, we're going to go ahead and do 2.3.20, which is practice test 2, section 3, number 20. This is the last question in this section, which means it's pretty hard. It is on page 464. All right. There are 75 more women than men enrolled at Linden College. If there are n men enrolled, then in terms of n, what percent of those enrolled are men? Okay, so let's talk about how a percentage works first, right? So if you want a percent, right? Percent means per 100, right? That's why the most you can get is 100%, right? So if you want a percentage, you want 100 times the number of, we're just going to say favorable things, right? The things that you want over the total number, right? So just as an example of what I mean by that, right? So as an example, let's say we were talking about a test that I took and I got 95 questions right out of 100, right? Well, that wouldn't actually give me my percentage, right? If I got 95 questions out of 100, right, the number that I got right, the favorable number out of the total, that would actually give me a 0.95, right? In order to make it a percentage, I have to know in my head, oh, hey, I multiplied by 100, and then we usually put the percent symbol at the back of it, which, sorry, you can't see because the board went over too far. So if I wanted to make this a percentage, I'd say, oh, 100 times that 0.95 makes it a 95%. Okay, so knowing that that's how it works, and it doesn't have to be out of 100. Like here, I picked a practice test out of 100. Let's say I took a quiz and I got 4 out of the 5 questions right? Well, 4 went my way, 5 didn't, right? That would be a 0.8, but if I wanted it as a percentage, I would have had to do 100 times that 0.8, and I'd realize that I got an 80% on my quiz, right? All right, so let's now take that information, right, and figure out what we want. Okay, so we want the percentage of the number of men, right? So here's what we know. There are n men at the college, right? And there are 75 more women, which means that there are n plus 75 women. What that means is that the total people at the college is n plus 75, meaning it's 2n plus 75. So if we want the percentage of men, right, we would want the number of men over the number total, and we would want to times that by 100 to make it a percentage. So in this problem, that's going to be a 100 times n over the quantity 2n plus 75 with a percentage at the end, and that is answer E.